Hey Deposits Joy, so CFT Season 8 is finally here. This update invigorates the CFT sandbox by introducing opt-in ship versus ship PvP on demand in Adventure. This new gameplay is rich with roleplay potential, new in-game goals and watchable, shareable moments. And in this guide I will talk about all of these to help you understand the update a bit better. But before we do so, please consider dropping a like to this video and subscribing to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of the new content I make here. And now, let's get into the guide. First off, let's talk about the Hourglass of Fate. With Sea of Thieves adding this new PvP on-demand system, you can join one of two factions to represent in your PvP battles. This is done by the Hourglass of Fate, a brand new object that you can find on your ship's captain's table. This bad boy has two different interactions. You can spin the Hourglass to choose whether you want to represent Flameheart's faction or the Pirate Lord's faction. Don't worry though, this choice is not final. In fact, you can actually represent both factions in the same session, just not at the very same time obviously. The other interaction the Hourglass has is voting to represent the chosen faction, or pledging allegiance to them if you like it this way. Now if you just joined the session, I really do not recommend doing this, as this places you among the invadable ships right away. So before you choose your faction for the next few hours, buy or gather some supplies for the potential upcoming battle or battles, as you will need this to attack or defend yourself. Oh, and you probably want to raise up the Athena or Reaper Emissary flag beforehand as well, depending on which faction you want to represent. More on this later. After gathering resources, you can finally pledge your allegiance to your desired faction. You will get a prompt saying that now you joined either the Guardians or the Servants, and your ship will have some nice visual effects going on around your figurehead. With this, you will also receive a war map which will directly spawn on your captain's table next to the Hourglass. And as I said before, you can now be invaded by other players from the opposing faction almost immediately. You have 1 minute of grace time before someone from another server can attack you. Let's talk about the war map and diving. Now that you joined the fight, you can unfurl the newly appeared war map on your captain's table and vote to dive below the waves. This means that you will be transported into an invasion tunnel, which is similar to what you see when you go through a portal, but instead of the Sea of the Damned, you will see underwater environment, which looks really cool by the way. This tunnel is the equivalent of searching for game loading screens from most PvP games. The difference is that you can quickly grab resources from your barrels, change your weapons, etc. So basically you can use your ship as normal. When you find an opposing crew, you will load into the normal game world on a different server and you will burst out from below the waves. Your opponent from the other faction will be waiting for you right in front of your ship, so you will get into the fight instantly. From here you are basically part of the fight. These fights can take place anywhere in the Sea of Thieves, so there are no specific locations for where you will burst out from below the waves, but there is a catch. On the map table you can see a so-called battle bounds. This is basically an area that you cannot leave while you are in the fight. The battle bounds are not visible in the world, they are only present on the map. But if you try to go out of them and will reach a border, your hourglass will blow up and your ship will sink immediately. What I described here is called the aggressive playstyle in terms of the new PvP on-demand feature. But yes, you can actually play as a passive player after you pledge your allegiance. Yes, you heard it right, you don't have to dive beneath the waves using the war map to participate in the new feature and earn new rewards. You can just vote on the Hourglass and start doing PvE activities if you want that. You will be invaded by other aggressive style ships from time to time, and by defeating them you will get closer and closer to the new rewards. In fact, the more and more valuable loot you have on board, the more allegiance you will gain towards your currently represented faction. What is allegiance? Allegiance is basically a new kind of reputation that you will get only by participating in the new PvP on-demand feature. With the two new factions comes two new reputation tabs that you can level up. The difference between these and the normal companies is that there is no maximum level at any of these new factions. You can go all the way and get thousands of levels if you want. With these new tabs come new commendations as well. Most of these can be completed just by engaging in the new PvP stuff, but there are some funny ones where you have to kill a phantom using the ghost curse or sneak into the Athena hideout wearing a skeleton curse, for example. Along with the new commendations, there are also 3 new tabs under both of the factions, checking the total number of enemy ships sunk from the opposing faction, the highest streak you got, and the most hourglass value you gathered so far. Let's talk about the gold and rewards because I know this is what you care most about. As I mentioned, there is no maximum level cap for the factions, however there are some soft caps for both of them that unlock cosmetic rewards for you as well as new locations. Well, only 2 of those actually. Between level 1 and level 100, you get a progressively upgrading figurehead representing Flameheart or the Pirate Lord based on the faction. At level 100, you can unlock the Tavern of Legends location for the Guardians faction and the Reaper's Lair for the Servants faction. With this, you can also get the Ghost Curse and the Skeleton Curse. To receive these, go up to the top wooden platform in the Tavern of Legends or wander into the heart of the Reaper's Lair. Between level 100 and level 200, you will receive different cosmetics for your pirate and ship. For the Guardians, this part unlocks the Mysterious Stranger clothing set, the legendary curse returning from Season 1, the Magpie's Wing ship set and the green recolor of the Ghost ship set. And for the Servants, you can get the new decoration options for your newly acquired Skeleton Curse, while also unlocking different ship cabin decorations for a Bone Crusher set to decorate your captain ship. Be aware that you cannot wear previously existing cosmetic pieces with the Skeleton Curse. You can only decorate the Skeleton Curse using these options, and you can only unlock them from level 100 to 200. You can buy them at the Bonesmith, which is a new NPC found in the Reaper's Lair. And at level 1000 you can get the legendary Ghost Curse, which is a yellow variant of the normal Ghost Curse, as well as the golden bone color for the Servants, which will make your bones glitter. There are also new captaincy rewards for both factions. This includes the legendary ship decoration, most of the Servants ship decoration excluding the cabin customization parts, and a lot of trinkets. You can get these by progressing the new Guardian or Servant captaincy alignments and milestones. Along with the cosmetics, you will also receive gold after every single battle you win. The gold will be stored in the Hourglass of Fate until you leave the battle. Once doing that, you will receive the gold you amassed all at once. And this is where emissaries come in. Remember when I said you should probably vote up an emissary before you pledge allegiance? Well, now it's time to explain why. The emissary system works hand in hand with the new PvP feature, meaning that by getting emissary grades, you multiply the gold that you get when you leave the battle. But there is more. As you win battles, your emissary grade will also go up along with giving you more emissary value, which you need to unlock emissary leisure rewards anyways. The amount of grade you get after winning a battle like this is insane. By winning just the first battle, you can already go past grade 3 and get more than 30,000 emissary value. But winning battles will also raise your Reaper's Bones and Athena's Fortune Company reputation as well, which is a good thing if you aren't Reaper level 75 or Athena level 30 yet, especially since you need Reaper level 75 in order to visit the Reaper's Lair. Oh, and did I mention that from now on you can actually sell Reaper emissary flags to the Mysterious Stranger for a good payout? Because now you actually can. Let's talk about streaks. Up until now, I always refer to the battle rewards as if you got them after every single win and you got the same amount. Which is sort of true, but there's a bit more to it than that. Yes, you get rewarded after every battle, but if you're undefeated for more than one battle, your rewards will gain a streak multiplier. It's similar to the already existing emissary system, meaning that with every battle won in a row, your multipliers will go up. The only difference is that the maximum streak of multiplier you can get is not 5 but 4, and that after you sink, you will lose all the streak multiplier you gained. After reaching a win streak of 4, you become a so-called championship. This means that everyone can see you on their map tables and that you can now use the war map to find enemy crews with larger ships than yours, to get some even more allegiance. Obviously this is not an available option for Galleons, because there are no bigger ships than Galleons in the game. Defeating a championship like this also rewards more allegiance and even more gold, which will be stored in your Hourglass of Fate. And that's it. Congratulations, you reached the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed this guide and that it was understandable enough. If you did, please share this video with a friend of yours so he will be up to date with everything Sea of Thieves Season 8. And if something was unclear or you have remaining questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or in my Discord server, link to that is in the description by the way. Now go, set sail and sink some ships for me. I'll see you out there. Cheers.